Ha, this is TJ Quake News, X that fake, yeah, real news, political, gaming, movies, stick around, we about to get into TJ Quake News, let's do it.
What? Yes! Back once again, ladies and gentlemen, you see that finger? It ain't stopping, it ain't gonna stop anyway, I'm back. TJ Quake, ghetto news, real news, right back at you once again, people. Welcome to the new holiday season. We are back once again. I think the last time I did one of these was probably like last Christmas when I was talking about Candace Owens and some things that went down with her. And I got, there's so much stuff, you guys, that's been going on. Sorry I ain't been around for a minute. I've been taking care of a lot of business and things like that, music and, all that crazy stuff. I'm in a band called Slapback. So, we've been doing a lot of things, and but I'm also been trying to get the streaming thing cracking again, trying to make that happen. I'm doing some game streaming now, along with the TJ and MJ Spin Your Dollar, Save Your Dollar movie reviews, which we got to get that start cracking some more, because Star Wars, the new Rise of Skywalker is out. And from what I'm hearing, the ratings are not very good, and this is coming from the critics. The liberal critics who always bash on the Star Wars fans, the fandom menace, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, they're out there right now freaking down in the movie. But not for the same reason normally the fandom menace normally downs movies. I think there's something that needs to be said about that. Just real quickly. The fandom menace, we're about the destruction of what happened to Luke Skywalker, to the original three, Leia, Han, and Luke, and how they just screwed over Luke, and how they killed Han the way they did, and how they made Leia fly through space, and just stupid stuff like that, and made Mary Sue, Rey, be just like the super badass Jedi who never had any training. Of course, in this movie here, JJ's trying to correct what Ryan messed up with, and I will give him tips on that. This movie could be probably good for both things. It's good for the fact that JJ tried to correct what Ryan Roundhead Flipneck hating SJW Flipneck did to The Last Jedi, and screwed up his whole plan of where he was really, what JJ was really trying to do, and he tried to correct it with this. Unfortunately, Last Jedi was just so horrible, so bad that he destroyed it so horrifyingly that JJ really couldn't save this, because he was trying to put all this stuff in, from what I'm hearing, to try to make up for it. It was like two movies in one kind of thing, crammed into a 2.5 hour movie, and it just didn't really work that well. On top of the fact that you bring Palpatine back, come on, dude. Palpatine is dead. George Lucas said Palpatine died when Anakin, Darth Vader, the real chosen one, took him out. Not Rey. Rey was not the chosen one. It was never said that she was. These flipnicks from Disney, Disney Plus, all these motherfuckers, they decided they wanted to change Lucas's whole deal and create their own thing. They couldn't just build upon what Lucas already created. They had to freaking wipe the first original three out the mix and what it was all about, and create their own little thing with Mary Sue SJW bull crap. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I hear the movie ain't doing so great, and I haven't gone to see it. I ain't planning on going to see it, to be honest with you. I'll probably wait for it to come out on Netflix, because I ain't wasting I ain't giving Disney no more of my money. These aren't Star Wars movies to me. So anyway, let's end it on that one. Let's get to what I'm really here talking about. Once again, the Democrats and the Republicans are battling. We are battling. And Candace Owens did something that I want to take note to once again. Candace Owens, I have to always say, she's my freaking hero, dude. This girl can go into the Senate Congress and tell it like it is. She takes our words that we would love to say to these flipnicks on the Democratic side in Congress and in the Senate or whatever, and she goes out there and puts it down. And I'm going to show you that right now. Once again, I'm not sure if everybody's seen this clip of her when she had to the thing is, people, and this is what I'm getting. What the make with this video is, it could be a number of things really, but it's always about how the far left has taken over the Democratic Party and has really turned it into something deranged now. AOC and her little three little musketeer flip necks that are behind her, Tlaib and Omar. You don't even hear anything about Omar anymore because this girl, she's having all kinds of legal problems from what I'm hearing. Yeah, she's starting to go and probably ain't gonna get voted in again. Hopefully, pray to God, y'all, that woman and her hateful ways doesn't get back up in the Congress. But anyway, Candace goes in there and she just tells it like it is. And she speaks for the true blacks out there that have an actual brain, the ones that are not brainwashed and still on the plantation. Yeah, Master's feeding me good. I don't want to leave. He feeding me good. Yeah, Master. I'm going to tell Master if you leave the plantation. Oh, he ain't going to like that. Yeah, she's not one of those. Okay? She's one of those that thinks for herself, thinks, hey, I see something here that doesn't seem quite right to me. The fact of you thinking you being a white person is going to tell me, who is a black person, how my struggles have been, how my people's struggles have been. You can't come to us like that if you're a white liberal Democrat and you're going to try to act like you know more about racism than we do. And that's the thing that's been sickening me the most, and what really this video is about liberal white people who act like they know more about racism than we do. And then try to fake like they're on our side and be trying to act like they fighting for us. I don't need you fighting for me. First of all, we're not in this racist craziness that you guys keep trying to put out there that's going on. How could you be black and be like for Donald Trump? Are you wearing a Trump hat? That you should be ashamed of yourself. Your people would not like this. What do you mean my people? What's that supposed to mean? My people ain't gonna be like, well, woman, you better be crazy. You out your mind? Do you know who you talking to and everything? White lady. You don't come up here talking that smack to me like as if you know what it's like to be black. You don't know squat, witch. Stay over in your freaking lane and everything. These little snowflakes don't know squat about what happened to black people because they're being told by these liberal, left-wing, crazy Marxist teachers who want to bring socialism and communism in. And let me tell you something, people. Socialism is just a kind way of saying communists. That's what they are. But I want to give you a little example right here with Candace Owens right here on what I mean by the whole, they think that they could try to come out and tell us, what's going on with us. Like they know more than us. And Candace Owens puts these three like professor white liberal chicks up here trying to act like they know more, and like we telling you what it is. And Candace Owens like, what? I don't think so.
Ranks nowhere near the top of the issues that are facing Black America. And the reason that you are bringing them up in this room is because it is attempt to make the election all about race, as the Democrats
Not in
do.
my case, Ms.
Please
Owens.
don't cut me off.
Please do not characterize my motive.
Mr. Chairman, it's my time.
Yeah,
it's my time.
You've got your time, Mr. Meadows. I'll give you 3 more seconds.
Every 4 years, you bring up race, and you knew exactly what I meant when I said hilarious, and you just tried to do live what the media does all the time to Republicans, to our president, and to conservatives, but you tried to manipulate what I said to fit your narrative, okay? I was not referring to the subject matter that is hilarious. I said it's hilarious that we are sitting in this room today, and I've got 2 doctors and a missus, and nobody can give us real numbers that we can respond to so we can assess how big of a threat this is. Because you know that it is not as big of a threat as you are trying to make it out to be, so that you can manipulate. And the audacity of you to bring up the Christchurch shooting manifesto and make it seem as if I laughed at people that were slaughtered by a homicidal maniac is, in my opinion, absolutely despicable. And I think that we should be above that. To try to assign reality or any meaning to a homicidal maniac writing a manifesto, which, by the way, let the record show, also stated Spyro the Dragon, the child's cartoon, as a source of inspiration. He also cited Nelson Mandela as a source of information. I don't think that Nelson Mandela has inspired mosque shootings. You can correct me if you think I'm wrong. You would rather assign meaning to a homicidal maniac than to actually address the things that I said today that are actually harming Black America. Number one, father absence. Number 2, the education system and the illiteracy rate. Illegal immigration ranks high, abortion ranks high, white supremacy and white nationalism, if I had to make a list again of 100 things, would not be on it. This hearing, in my opinion, is a farce, and it is ironic that you're sitting here and you're having 3 Caucasian people testify and tell you what their expertise are. Do you want to know what my expertise are? Black in America. I've been black in America my whole life, all 30 years, and I can tell you that you guys have done the exact same thing every 4 years ahead of an election cycle, and it needs to stop.
Booyah! Booyah! Dang, dude. Once again, Candace Owens, she just blows it away, dude. Candace Owens always blows it away. You can't get past this girl on stuff because, you know why? Because she uses logic, peoples. It's called logic. When Candace Owens comes into the mix, dude, you ain't getting nothing past this girl, dude. Just like when I showed you guys the whole, Crystal Ball and what's the name show that they did back in the day, and Candace Owens owned that one chick because, once again, there was a white chick who's a liberal Democrat up there trying to tell her, but shouldn't you? Don't you think there should be more black in the Republican establishment there, and there's not that much diversity, don't you? And they're up there saying, what are you talking about? Kurt was up there going, yeah, there is. So and so and so and so. She said, well, what do they do? Oh, he's actually part of this department. What he does in this part here, yeah, he's basically explaining to her, bringing it down, and Kurt was pissed off, obviously, and then she tried to jump on Candace when she really tried to mess with Candace. Candace just blew her ass away. Just lit her ass up. And the girl kept trying to act like, oh, you're calling me a racist, because she was basically calling Democrats for who they really are. Because most of the elite Democrats are actually racist. The ones that bring up blackface and all this racism, they're the ones that are guilty of it, peoples. People that the Democrats are always guilty. Or guilty of what they actually accuse us of. And you see that all the time through what's been going on. There's so much that's been happening. I haven't been on here lately, going over everything that's been happening because I've been gone for a minute. But, dude, these motherfuckers have gone crazy, dude. Loco. I mean, Donald Trump says it every time in his rallies, man. The Dems have gone crazy. They've gone crazy. They are, dude. They are freaking far out in Pluto somewhere. I don't know what's wrong with these daggum people. And the thing that trips me out the most is how people actually, I don't know, they agree with this stuff. They don't look back and say, wait a minute, that sounds a little off, And all I got to do is say, for me, with Candace Owens, that's a hello moment. Hello. I'm black, motherfucker. I think I know a little bit more than you and these 3 white women over here trying to tell me what's best for the black community. How you gonna tell me? Hello? No, man. It don't work like that. Once again, people, you're here watching the TJ Quake Ghetto News, real news. That's what I bring here to the show. Ghetto 5 flavor. I give it to you in a kind of the more of a street kind of manner. I'm not, going to have all the greatest wording that I'm going to be talking. That's why it's ghetto and everything. And I like it that way because I just like to speak freely and do it the way I like to do it. So you guys are going to be getting, this kind of stuff on here and gaming news, movie type news, things like that. But back to the subject, I myself am voting once again for Mr. D. Trump. Okay, it's just the way it's gonna be. You ain't taking this brother away from him. I don't know why these daggum fools think this impeachment thing is gonna freaking work for them. All they've been running on is racism. And Candace right there is trying to tell you people that we are woken up. We are not stupid. And more blacks are waking up because now it's 34% now more blacks are for Trump now. They waking up, they getting off that plantation. You know what I'm saying? They going, they saying, bye massa, no more. Because they don't need to depend on the government. We get up, we get up on our own bootstraps and we put that shit on and we get out to work and we make things happen for ourselves and everything. You know what I'm saying? When I'm doing with this little show that I do here, I do that myself. I make this stuff happen myself. Obviously, I'm going to be getting more and more stuff, equipment, things like that as time goes on, and I get a little bit better with this new OBS program I'm using, which I'm still kind of figuring out. I'm using for actual game streaming as well. But we can get out there and do it ourselves. We don't need the government. Nobody did. The white man, none of us here in America need the government to be freaking always pitter-patting us, helping us out all 24/7. Those government programs should be used for just a short period of time, just to kind of get a person who's kind of down and out on his feet, so that once they get on their feet, they say, okay, I got it from here, dog. Thank you for the lift. Thank you for the ride, sir. I got the lift to the house. Now all I had to do is pull my keys out and open up the door. You know what I'm saying? Because I got the lift to the house, but I don't need him to get out the car, open the door for me, walk me up to the car, to my door, take my keys out my pocket, put the key in the daggum lock, open it up and everything, and open the door, then walk me inside the house. Hey, would you like me to get you some beverages and stuff like? I don't need that, dude, because I can do that shit myself and everything. And that's what these, and then once he's done doing all that, then he says, You didn't know what you got to pay for all that. Yeah. Tax time. That's what's going to happen and everything. These fools, the Democrats, all they want to do, the only reason why they're going after blacks and try to keep us is because we were the thing that kept them in office. And now the blacks are waking up, they're getting scared. So that's why this whole immigration thing has been getting crazy, because they say, dude, we need a new voting block. These black people are getting wise to our game. Oh no, what are we gonna do? Oh, I got an idea. That thing that we were once for, putting a wall up and all that. Let's just make sure that doesn't come out anymore. And we'll make that guy right there, Mr. Donald Trump, look like he's the bad guy for saying it. And we'll act like we're for them. And then they'll want to vote for us. Let's get all those guys to come in here. See how we're losing the black vote. That's really what's going on, people. Just use your noodle. It's real simple. It's logic. It doesn't take a genius to figure this stuff out, people. It's right there in your freaking face. It's just that you guys have so been blinded by these news left-wing media sites and everything. Have any of you guys ever asked yourself the question, why is it that 24/7, have you ever heard I'm talking one positive thing that any of the left-wing media sites have ever said? Give me one. When they've actually reported something nice about Trump. It's always negative. Come on, dude. I mean, even Bush got a little bit better than that. And they were completely against him. At least he got some couple things here and there. You know what I'm saying? They don't want this man to look good at all. You want to know why? Because it's completely destroying their entire narrative. And let's talk about that Pete Buttigieg. I'm going to show you guys that video real quick. Going against Warren in the debate last night. This is the only time this fool actually made any sense. Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg. The way Trump says it. That's the way you kind of pronounce his name, I guess, if you can't say it because his name's so weird. But he, for once, in the Democratic debate last night that not very many people watched because the ratings went down the hill like, the Rise of Skywalker is doing. No, ain't nobody watching this shit because nobody really cares. All these dudes Trump hate all day on the freaking debate stage. They ain't talking about no real policies. But I'm going to show you this video real quick here with something that I have to give this man credit for. But we'll talk about this too because it's real funny. It goes back to what I said. The Democrats are always more guilty of what they accuse us of. And they do it to themselves now. Oh, it's getting down to the debate now where they're getting ready to start. They're starting to eat each other up. Yeah, they're trying to get ready to start doing that. And Warren, she's falling way down now. And she got obliterated by Mr. Pete Buttigieg. She got obliterated because they're always talking about rich people, rich that, rich this. They're the devils. When they're the rich ones. And people don't look at this as like, well, you keep talking about rich people this, rich people that, and how they get this and this and that. But you're rich yourself. And Pete actually points the shiz out. And I love how he does this. So let's go to that real quick, shall we? Let's go over here. We're going to go back to our display. Let's get over there, little Pete Buttigieg. They're talking about this little thing with him and and Warren. Okay, here we go. Peter Judge.
Elizabeth Warren and South Bend, Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg went after each other over how they raise money for their campaigns. Take a listen.
The mayor just recently had a fundraiser that was held in a wine cave full of crystals and served $900 a bottle wine. Think about who comes to that. He had promised that every fundraiser he would do would be open door, but this one was closed door. We made the decision many years ago that rich people in smoke-filled rooms would not pick the next president.
Come on, Pete, raise your hand up.
Billionaires in wine caves should not pick the next president of the United States.
If I pledged never to be in the company of a progressive Democratic donor, I couldn't be up here. Senator, your net worth is 100 times mine. Now, supposing that you went home feeling the holiday spirit, I know this isn't likely, but stay with me, and decided to go on to PeteForAmerica.com and give the maximum allowable by law, $2,800. Would that pollute my campaign because it came from a wealthy person? No, I would be glad to have that support. We need the support from everybody who is committed to helping us defeat Donald Trump.
Anyway, there it is. Once again, I keep saying it, and I'm going to say it again. There they are freaking talking about rich people, this and that. But she's the rich one. And Pete just freaking, he pointed that out straight out. Hello is the only thing I can say. Hello. And everything. You ain't, who you trying to say? What you trying to say, Liz? You might as well freaking just gut your own self then. Because you're rich. And everything. And isn't the whole idea is to get, that's what every campaign does. She says, we're not going to let rich people in cigar smoke filled rooms in a wine cave be able to freaking pick the next president. What the hell are you talking about? First of all, those are donors. Those are people, giving money to his campaign. Just like anybody else. Like if I wanted to, I could give money to his campaign and say I had $1,000. I said, I'm going to give him 1,000. I'm going to give him 10 grand because I just got that kind of money and so forth. You do it, Warren. So why can't he do it? But she don't want to talk about how she's a hypocrite. And all of them technically are a bunch of hypocrites. They all act like they're against rich people when they're the freaking all of them are millionaires up on that stage. Bernie Sanders he's always talking smack on the rich, and he ain't giving none of his riches away though. You see that? And he's the biggest communist up there on that stage and everything. And I call him communist because socialism, like I said earlier, is just a nice word to say in communists. And you know what communists are? Go look up Stalin. Look what he did to his people under socialism. Communism. He killed something like 126,000 of his own people. Look at all these other dictators. You know all the dictators? You know what kind of government they're under? Socialism. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, look it up. It's not hard to find out. These stupid millennials, they don't freaking get it because they've been taught in these schools and stuff that socialism, we're going to give you free. And you're going to get to be able to get your school paid for and all your books will be free. Well, if everything's going to be free, then why go to school? They're even trying to say under their socialism program, nobody even has to have a job to get on these we'll pay you anyway. How the hell are you going to do that? Oh, I get it. You're going to steal from me. Take my hard-earned money and give it to this guy who wants to be a lazy couch potato. I don't think so. But that's socialism for you people, and it only gets worse because once that money runs out, guess what happens? Everybody goes plumb broke and they're freaking eating out of garbage cans and eating dogs and cats like they're doing in Venezuela. Oh, you don't think that shit is going to happen here? Trust it can happen right here. You guys just don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't know why you guys think that this is something that's, hey, this sounds like it'd be a great idea. To freaking, they're going to take your planes away. They're going to take away your cars. They want to take away cattle so you can't freaking have beef or you love them carne asadas, people? Guess what? No more. No. the Mexican people that do come over here that get those little nice little businesses with the little taco trucks and everything going on that we all love so much. Well, guess what? No more carne asada. That'll be gone because AOC and her group and this new Green Deal bull crap and everything is talking about getting rid of cattle. Say no more. Sorry. You guys all have to eat lettuce. Well, she'll be up in a restaurant somewhere in some secret, elite restaurant eating nice little steak and having chicken, all these wonderful things and tacos. She'll be eating lovely while we're all freaking trying to run. How the hell is she getting all this stuff? Wait a minute, is that a plane I'm seeing up there flying above us? Who's in the plane? Oh, it says AOC right there on the front of the plane. How does she get to fly in a plane? She's up there in the same breath. I remember some reporter walking up to her, and it was the most classic thing ever. She's coming out at the airport, just got off of her plane and shiz, and, of course, she's talking about her new Green Deal, and the guy wants somebody to say, hey, AOC, I just want to know something. You talk about your new Green Deal talks about no more plane flights. Well, didn't you just get off a plane just now? Shouldn't you be setting the example of not flying on a plane? And she says, no comment, I don't... it tries to ignore it. They always try to get around these motherfuckers when they're trying to ask them a real question because they know the real deal is they're the ones that are going to be doing the shiz and we don't get to. And so she don't want to say anything about that. That's different. Bernie Sanders even said, somebody said the same thing to Bernie Sanders. And Bernie Sanders at least was truthful about it. He says, well, it's just that's going to be necessary so that we can get the word out to you people and be able to get, because we're conducting the business of the people and all that kind of stuff. So it's, for us, it's going to be a necessity because we have to get around and get back to but for you guys, you guys can just fly in your cars and everything. And we're going to get you electric cars so you're not going to have to worry about gas cars anymore. You can only have one, though. Only one. Yeah, one per family. I'm like going, are you sick? Are you really? And people are like this. Hey, people in the audience. Hey. I always hear these people clapping in the audience for stuff. And I look at it and say, you guys are clapping to have your freedoms taken away. That don't make no damn sense to me. You're clapping to have your freedoms taken. I said, man, these people are literally telling you they're going to take this away. They're going to raise your taxes on this, raise your taxes on that. You're going to have to pay for other people's medical. These people are coming over the country illegally, not legally, illegally. We're going to protect them, but not you. All these programs now no longer really going to benefit you. They're going to benefit these people who don't even belong in the country. They come here legally. I ain't got nothing against immigrants. They always want to take immigrants and say, oh, this country was built by immigrants. Yeah, legal ones. Ones that came here legally, not illegal aliens. They always want to take the illegal part off, and they just want to make it immigrant to make it sound prettier and so forth. They don't put that part on there because that makes it look like they did something wrong, right? Which is what they did. They broke a law. They broke a law, our laws, of coming into the country. All these other countries have the same thing. You ain't seeing them, everybody complaining about that. They put the kids in there, separating kids from their parents. Which, you notice they ain't complaining about that too much anymore. You notice Trump kind of stomped that shit down. But they all that time they was complaining about Trump is separating kids from their parents. What is social, the social, what do they call them? The ones that come into your home and they actually take away your kids when they see that the kid's not been taken care of very well. Everything and the social justice department or something like that comes in and say, oh yeah, you've been bad, yeah, you've been bad with your kids and these kids don't look to be fair. Yeah, we're gonna have to take your kids. Well, nobody's boo-hooing about that. These kids get taken away by social services all the time. That's the word I'm trying to look for. Social services. Hello, you know what I'm saying? It's like, where's that at? And nobody's saying anything about that, but it just cracks me up how you can do that to the normal bystander here in America. If you leave your kid in the car and you come back to the car and all of a sudden you go, oh my God, it was my kid, because the social services found them in the car and now they're arresting you and so forth and taking your kid away, putting them into some orphanage now, or till somebody in the family can probably, get custody of them or something like that. That's what happens. And nobody ever says, nobody was boohooing crying about that stuff back in the day. Nobody's like, oh, how dare you take these children from their families? You're taking the kid from their mother. But all of a sudden, these parents who come over these crazy distances through swamps, deserts, and all kinds of just horrible conditions, dealing with these cartel members, mind you, who are raping them and all this other stuff. Oh, no. They put their kids through all kinds of danger. You got women freaking saying, yeah, don't worry, little, Juanita, we're going to let you go over there. But here, take these daggum birth control. Here, take a lot of these. I got a whole bag full. Take the bag full. Yeah. Don't worry about any clothes. Just take these birth control because you're going to be getting raped a lot. But it's okay because, you're going to get into America. Tell me, is that not child abuse? If I've ever seen it in my life, a parent that doesn't really care about their child to the point that they'll let them go through all these harms. Never mind the fact that they could get killed. They don't figure the fact that the birth control ain't gonna stop these motherfuckers from strangling her as they're taking advantage of her. Yeah, you see all kinds of stories about these women being tied to freaking trees and stuff along the pathway to come to America because these cartels freaking just tie them to a tree and rape the hell out of them, gangbang them and all this stuff. Oh, you guys don't hear all those stories because the media don't want you knowing all about that and so forth. They don't want you to know about that. Who's the real racist? Huh? The ones that actually hide the shiz and don't tell you what's really going on? Or the ones that will actually tell you what's going on and actually try to say, hey, let's save these people's lives a little bit. Let's help these people out. Let's not have them go through these dangerous pathways to getting into our country. But once again, you got these white liberals out there acting like they're the social justice warriors for all of us people, for blacks, Latinos, Asians, you name it. And they act like they can speak for us. And Candace Owens, like I showed you in that video, said, no. You're not going to come up here and tell me and everything when I know the real deal because I'm black in America. And you got these 3 white women over here acting like they know more than my shiz. Please. You better get off that with that bull shizzle. It ain't happening up in here. And anybody that sees this video, if you don't like what I got to say, too bad. I don't give a flip because I don't care about political correctness at all. At all. Matter of fact, I'm worse than Donald Trump. I do not give a flip. You want to come at me? Come at me. I don't care about monetization and all that crazy because I don't do this for all that mess to get paid and sponsored and all that stuff. That's not what I do it for. I do it to let people know, let's wake up, America, because we're about to lose our country. That's why I do it. And that's why I'll keep coming out with you with these videos. Once again, it's Merry Christmas time again. We are in the Christmas season and I get to say Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I'm going to keep saying that shiz. You know why? Because I don't listen to your political correctness. I don't care what you have to say. Oh, that's harming, or that's offensive to other people and that are coming from other countries and into this country here. We need to respect that. No, I don't. Because they came to my country. And they should have known what they were getting into when they came here. They know America's about saying Merry Christmas and we celebrate all that. Don't come here and turn our country into what you did to Sweden. They can't even hang Christmas lights up anymore. It's offensive. It's offensive to the Muslims here. Well, then they shouldn't have came. Offensive? We gave them refuge. These were refugees coming from a bad area of the Middle East. Coming to our country, we hooked them up. Give them everything, and then what do? Turn around and start freaking raping women because they're not wearing the hijab or whatever and everything. They're not covered up, and they're not following the way they believe things should be. Well, these white women out here, they do not wear the hijab. They do not wear this. This is inviting for us to be able to have sex with them because they must want us to do. They're asking for us to have sex with them. This is what they believe, dude. The radical ones I'm talking about. I ain't talking about the ones that are actually got sensible Muslims, the ones that are actually good ones. I'm talking about these radical ones, and there's a lot of them and everything that still believe in that Sharia bull crap. And they want to bring that Sharia mess over to other people's countries and act like we should be following their freaking laws. No, motherflip, you follow our laws. You came to our country. You follow our laws. We don't follow you. We're not going. It would be one thing if I came to freaking, Syria or Saudi Arabia or something like that, and I came to your country, then I can understand, hey, man, you got to follow the customs here. This is the way our laws are. I understand that. And if I don't like it, then I can get the flip out. Then I need to leave. I shouldn't be there. And that's what Donald Trump pretty much said to Omar. Everybody keeps getting that thing twisted around when they say, he told her, a black woman, to go back to her country. Oh, he's so racist. No. See, that's what the media wants you to think he said. If you guys actually listen to what Donald Trump said in the tweet, if you actually researched it for yourself, like you dumb flipnecks don't never do, might wake you up a little bit if you kind of start researching things for yourself and stop listening to these flipnicks, because they lie to you 24/7. No, what he said was, hey, Omar, if you don't like it in our country so bad and you hate it so much and you call us a racist country all the time, why don't you go back to your country, Somalia? Why don't you go back to Somalia and freaking fix the things in Somalia and then come back here and tell us how you did it? That's exactly what he said. These motherfuckers totally took that whole thing, twisted it up, and shredded that shit and made it into what it made sound like. He was just saying, he's telling a black woman to go back to her country and to her shithole country. By the way, I'm sorry to say, Somalia is a shithole country. All those freaking third world countries, to me, are a bunch of shitholes. Sorry for the language, but that's what it is and everything. I'm a black man saying that, so there it is. Oh, am I racist now? Am I racist now? Oh my gosh, he's just racist and everything. No, I'm black and I can tell you the truth. Them places I wouldn't step foot in one of them places ever. I don't want to go to Somalia. I don't want to go to any of these other freaking crazy ass freaking places that are third world countries that don't have no freaking laws at all. Just motherfuckers do whatever they want and freaking ruled by freaking guerrilla terrorists and shiz. I don't think so. I stay right here in America where I know there's at least some safety and freedom. And everything, these fools over there freaking pirating each other and killing each other left and right. America went over there with Black Hawk Down, trying to freaking help these people. And what do? They shoot the freaking helicopters down and then try to kill all the soldiers that were trying to help their people. Oh, they don't want to talk about that though. Oh, they try to make it seem like we went over there to start harming them. No, they were over there trying to help them. And then got further gracefulness of trying to help. They get attacked. That's what shows what good deeds do for you. With these Democrats, though, they'll turn that into freaking, this is really what happened. They were going over there and America should have never been over there. All this craziness, right? They just twist everything around, people. So all I'm trying to say is, and I'm going to end this video right now because it's getting a little long, is don't believe all the hype on the news anymore. We all know now the fake news media is deserving of that name. And yes, I'm going to agree with Donald Trump. The left-wing media, CBS, CNN, ABC, all those leftist, far left media stations, they are the enemy of the people. As far as I'm concerned, they're my enemy. Those people ain't for my interests because all they do is lie 24/7, just like this impeachment with Donald Trump, which is not going to help them. I don't even want to know why they even bother doing it. They went through all these hearings, people, to impeach him. But we already knew that's exactly what was going to happen because they knew they were going to be able to impeach him. Because why? Because they had the majority. And the majority is going to win in the votes in the House. So it's like having a hearing was like technically useless because they should have just said, we impeach, we already going to vote. They should have just did the vote on the first day. Get that shiz over with and then send it over to the Senate where we would have fixed that, boom, and knocked that shiz out. And that's why they don't want to send the articles over because Nancy already knows that the shiz that they're trying to get impeached Donald Trump for with the whole Ukraine shiz and all this phone call, all this is a bunch of bull shizzle nizzle. It's all whack, and she knows it. It's lies. You got Schiff over there freaking lying about what Donald Trump says to our faces. He's lying to us, literally telling us that what Donald Trump said, and he's just making the shiz up, making it sound worse than what it's supposed to be like. And I'm like going, is this guy serious? Does he not realize that people actually have the manuscript and have read it? And he's coming up making up shiz? These people are so dishonest, like Trump says all the time. They are evil, dishonest people, man. And I will never, ever vote for these motherfuckers. I will never be a Democrat because I know who they really are. I woke up and I found out who the Democrats are. They are the people of the KKK. They are the people of Jim Crow. They were the Confederates to try to keep black people, my people, in slavery. It was the Republicans that freed our people. And let's not forget that, people. Abraham Lincoln created the Republican Party. For those of you who don't know and still think he's a Democrat, you dumb, stupid liberals, millennials out there that don't really know history, you get a real history book and really find out stuff for yourself. You better start questioning these dadgum liberal teachers and debating their asses, because they're the ones that are lying to you, and they're the ones that are trying to sell you this free socialism bullshit that'll do nothing but destroy our country. So that's what I'm ending on. TJ Quake, I'm out at 5,000. Y'all be real. And I'm getting out of here. What? I'll be back, you guys. Don't worry. I got some more craziness for you.
Ha, this is TJ Quake News. X that fake. Yep, real news. Political, gaming, movies. Stick around. We about to get into TJ Quake News. Let's do it.